We should wait for a couple of minutes, I think. Yeah. Hi, Arnav. Hi, Nitika. Really nice to see you here. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes in case more people want to join in. I think, Litika, you were there for the faculty masterclass as well. And I hope you can put things in the chat box. You can send out a hi. You can let us know, Litika and Arnav, where are you joining from? So you can let us know A, where are you joining from? And B, if you're a college student, if yes, then which year are you in? So this is going to be a more interactive session that we have planned. And instead of showing you things and talking to you, talking at you, we would really love to hear from you as well. So if you can just put in the chat box, where are you joining us from today? What location? That'll be a good starting point. Okay, so we're here. We've heard from Arnav. He's from Hyderabad and currently in his second year of graduation. Thanks so much for your response, Arnav. Nitika, would be great if we can hear from you as well. And similarly from Lakshmi also. Hi, Lakshmi. Thank you for joining this AMA session. We are just doing a quick introduction where people who joined us, they share where they're joining from and if they're a student or if they're working. If you're a student, let us know which year you're currently in. This is going to be an interactive session, so we'll just start off with introductions. But in the meantime, we are getting some answers. I'll quickly take time to introduce myself. My name is Srishti, and I'm a part of the admissions and outreach team for the Badruka School of Management. And I also have with me on this call Vismit, who's also part of the same team. Um, on a daily basis, we speak with PGDM aspirants such as yourself, and happy to answer any questions that you have um, on call. So, I mean, I can start off, I think. And do we have some responses in the? Okay. So we'll get responses from Litika and Lakshmi, I think, going forward. But quickly, um, so the Badruka School of Management has just launched and our admissions have begun, and we wanted to take this opportunity to connect with aspiring students one-on-one and take on any questions that you may have. But right off to begin with, I want to take everyone through few of our key program offerings, and then I want to open up the floor to questions that you may have, so we can take up any of the questions that you want answered from this call. So remember, it's going to be an interactive session. So whatever it is, please feel free to ask questions, put in your comments, and we'll be happy to answer those. Just quickly running everyone through what BSM is really offering. At the moment, it's a 2-year fully residential PGDM program. Classes will start on the 29th of July this year. We're located in Medchal, so I hope everyone is familiar with the lay of the land. And what we're really offering is a multidisciplinary curriculum. What that means is you won't just get to study your fundamentals of management like finance strategy. While all of that will be there, there's going to be very interesting courses in the mix, such as digital businesses and innovation, how sustainable businesses and practice. We'll also have some essential skills and perspective courses, which will teach you how to build on critical thinking, which will teach you how to problem solve, how to basically be successful on the job. So those are the essential skills and perspectives. They will make you job ready. But apart from the curriculum that we're offering, we also have a world-class visiting faculty. So we'll have people coming in from international universities and people from the industry, um, people who've been working either in the tech space or the consulting space. They will be coming and teaching you and sharing with you key insights from what it takes to succeed in a particular field. Um, our pedagogy is going to be experiential learning. So we'll have a lot of case studies. We will have a lot of mentorship programs. We will have a flipped classroom approach in which students will be shared some materials that they'll have to pre-read and come to class. A lot of group work will happen. Very interestingly, teaching will be done in a block format. So for 15 days, you will be doing just one course. Um, and the faculty will come in and teach you one course. You will give your exams and you'll be done with the course in 15 days. We want to give you a very, very concentrated, immersive experience into one topic at a time. Um, Number four, we have a student-friendly campus in the sense lots of greenery around for people who know where Medchal is. It is a little away from the humdrum of the city, but the campus is beautiful and green. We also have a meditation center in place. If you want to schedule campus visits, we can help you do that. They begin in February. Then we also have a robust career service office. If you have any questions regarding placements, what kind of companies will come in, I can share that as well. But I really do want to stop talking and I want to hear from people who are on this call. So we have Arnav and Lithika. If you have any questions regarding the program, regarding faculty, regarding the curriculum, regarding the placements, we're here to answer. So, but before that, I mean, Nitika, if we can hear from you, where are you joining us from? That'll be super. Hi, Manvita. Really nice to have you on the call. If you can share where you're from in the chat box, we can start off from there. And also in the meantime, Arnav, if you have any questions regarding placements, regarding anything else, we'll just take those questions and answer those. That's how this session is designed. Okay, we have our first question coming in. You want to know what kind of specializations will be offered in the curriculum. Thank you for your answer. So we have 5 specializations as part of the curriculum, and those 5 are actually listed here. Thank you, Lithika, for posting. You're from Hyderabad and you're in your second year. Great to know that. So we have a specialization in finance, marketing, strategy, entrepreneurship and innovation, and in data analytics and digital technology. These are the 5 specializations we're offering. And each of the specializations will have you'll need to do about 5 to 6 courses to be eligible to basically specialize in one field and one domain. And very interestingly, you can also do 2 specializations. So if your courses are overlapping with, for example, let's say finance and marketing, if some courses are overlapping between the 2 specializations, then you can add 3, 4 more specializations and actually get 2 specializations in one go. So you won't be just limited to one. You can have 2 specializations as well. Thanks for your question, Arnav. Lakshmi and Lithika and Manvita, happy to hear any questions that you have. If you want to know more about the program and the kind of courses that we're offering, I can share that as well. Which will be best for tax background? Okay. Thank you for your question, Lithika. So I would recommend, do you have a tax background, Lithika? Are you currently uh, studying that domain? What are you currently studying? If you can put that quickly in the chat box, Lithika. In the meantime, BCom in tax procedure. Thank you for your answer. So I would suggest not to limit yourself to uh, okay, if you've done tax, then there has to be a specialization that should match. My immediate answer should be finance, and rightly so, because these two fields are alike and similar. But I would again push you to think of this in terms of getting more experience and getting more knowledge under your belt through this PGDM. So you can do a specialization in finance and you can couple that with strategy. And you can couple your finance specialization with data analytics and digital technology also. Because we know that in today's day, just having one specialization, it may not be enough, right? Your auditing companies, your big fours like KPMG, Deloitte, all of these require, yes, they do require you to have a background in tax and finance, but it's always helpful if you can show them that, you can learn other things too along with it. Data analytics is a big in-demand course. So there are ways at BSM in which you can couple two specializations together. I hope that answers your question. Thank you, Manvita, for your question. You would like to know about data analyst course. Is it good for BCom computer students? So, yes, of course. Again, it's always good to align your undergraduate specialization with what you're doing in postgraduation. Yes, it will make sense if you opt for the data analytics specialization. It will go very well with your BCom in computer. Um, the course that you're doing right now. Because in the data analytics course, you will learn how to handle big data. You will learn tools such as SQL and Python as part of the course PGDM program at BSM. You will understand how to use data analytics for different aspects in business. You will learn how to use analytics for marketing. You will understand how to use analytics for finance. Um, you will understand how to use analytics for just basic data analytics. What do you do when you get a lot of data? So it's a, and Bismith, please feel free to add here um, in terms of how students can combine their courses together.
Yeah, thank you, Sushi. So I was just going to pitch in and just say that Manvita, in addition to just data analytics and big data and everything else, there's another part of the program which you learn in the second year when you do your specializations, wherein you'll also work on artificial intelligence and how to combine all of that with all the big data and data analytics that you've learned, how to combine all of that and kind of understand how artificial intelligence will also work. So that's something that you'll get to know and you get to learn in the second year, which will obviously help with your future aspirations as well.
Yeah. And Manvita, you can also let us know where you're joining us from and what are you doing currently. And you can also share which college, in fact, you're currently studying in. Mm. Right. So in the meantime, I think it'll be nice to sort of go over the program structure since all of you asked about specializations and what are the kind of courses that you will study here and how. Okay, I'm from Badruka, Kachigura and pursuing BCom in computer, Manvita. Okay, great. Which year? Are you in year two? Okay, you're also in second year. So we mostly have people in their second year. It's great to see that you're planning your post graduation from now. At this stage, it would also be helpful for you to know to start thinking about what exams you want to take up. If you want to prepare for CAT, if you want to prepare for GMAT or MAT, you should start thinking about that at present. Again, Arnav, Lithika, and Manvita, if you can just put in the chat box, what exams are you planning on taking? What are you preparing for? Because your preparations should start. It takes about 6 to 7 months to prepare well and get a good score in CAT, GMAT, and even MAT. So you should have some goal in place. That would again be our recommendation. Okay. So Manvita is saying she's thinking of pursuing her MBA in the UK and thought this could kind of help you out. Absolutely. Absolutely happy to help you in making a decision in any way. What about, okay, Ritika is saying just graduating, ma'am, not yet decided. Okay, not a problem. You can take it, you can take your time to decide, but I would recommend you start thinking of it as soon as possible. Um, Still on the lookout for options, says Arnav. Okay, great. But usually we see that students take a test that is being accepted in most of the colleges. So think about GMAT, think about CAT. Always aim for taking up an entrance exam that has the most acceptability in colleges, and give at least two of each. So either prep for MAT or prep for GMAT, or you can prep for CAT and MAT, up to you, but always have options in the fray for yourselves. Um, Now that any other questions, anything around placements, uh, I can sort of start sharing about the kind of courses we have at BSM in the meantime. And until then, if you have any questions, you can just put them up in the chat box. So till the time you're thinking about questions, I'll just explain. Okay, we have a question from Manvita. Should I just do normal data science course or should I pursue an MBA specialization in data analyst? Okay, or an MBA specialization in data science. So Manvita, data science and MS in data science course is likely to land you again a very specialized job as an analyst, where you'll be working with big data. Um, if you get an MBA, you will also develop some leadership skills. You're likely to develop some other range of skills just besides data science. So, for example, what we have at BSM, we do have core management courses which cover some niche courses like design thinking, organizational behavior, marketing, AI, digital businesses, sustainability in businesses. So, if you do an MBA, you will have a 360-degree understanding of what does it take to build successful businesses, right? You can start working as a manager in companies. You won't be limited. So if you are looking I'll just quickly answer Manvita's question and then move on to Arnav's. So if you're looking for a managerial role, a general manager's role, and if you like data analytics, and if you like that area, then I would say go with an MBA in which you can also build on your leadership skills. You can build on your problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, and generally understand how businesses work and function. If you are 100% sure that the field of data analytics is for you, and you picture yourself doing that for the next 10 years, being a data scientist, culling out insights from data, using tools like Python, SQL to analyze data. If you really think that that's something that interests you, then you should go for the specialization. But if you want to learn a little more than data science and analysis, I would recommend you go for an MBA. I hope that answers your question. Coming to Arnav's question, what kind of skills are expected from a graduate looking to pursue a postgrad? Um, Great question, Arnav, actually. So, for a graduate who's looking to pursue a postgrad, uh, and in an MBA, I'm assuming one very critical skill is that of communication, right? So, communication and logical thinking. You should be able to communicate your point very clearly and concisely. The other skill that is expected from an MBA aspirant or a postgraduate aspirant is that of problem solving and strategic thinking. So if you have a big problem in place, how do you break it down to smaller bits? And how do you approach that particular problem? That's one skill. So problem solving, strategic thinking, communication, um, presentation, and writing as well. So in your post graduation, you'll be required to do your thesis. For that, you need to know how to write academically. But we don't expect students to come in with that knowledge, but a basic level of writing is required, because when you go on and do your jobs, you'll be asked to write business proposals. You'll be you'll be writing emails to CEOs. You'll be writing emails to partners. So you need to have certain writing skills in place. You also need to have a basic level of Excel skills in place. So do you know how to work with numbers? And here we are not talking about complex things, but how do I filter out data in an Excel? That's a basic skill. You should know that. It will be helpful for you in your postgrad. So these are a few skills. And then again, Vismit, please add on um, in terms of what skills are expected. I think I covered just the basic ones. Thanks, Arnav.
Yeah, I think mostly Srishti, you covered up most of the things. Nothing really to add here.
Okay. So Arnav, is there a particular specialization that um, is of interest for you? We do have, we can let you know a little bit on placements. What do companies look for in graduates? If those are some of the questions that you also have, let us know. And I can just move on, and I can take you through the different kinds of experiential learning and learning and teaching techniques that are that you as a student should look for when you're deciding on an MBA program or a postgraduate program. You should look for an institute that is providing you a different kind of learning, an experiential kind of learning, where the teacher is not just telling you what to learn. Okay, I'll come back to the slide, but in the meantime, we have a question from Manvita. What do companies look in graduate students at the time of placements? Very good and relevant question, Manvita. So, if I am doing the hiring in a college, I would really like a prospective candidate to come in with good communication skills. They should be able to present themselves very clearly and communicate very clearly. So that's number one, really. If you can figure out communication, half of the battle is won. Besides communication, they also look for problem solvers, right? Um, Usually in your placements, you get a case study, right? That you have to prep for and you need to present and give answers, hypothetical situations. So they look for people who can come up with solutions, who can think quickly. Um, they can look for people who, instead of talking more about the problem, they talk more about solutions. Um, and again, people who are good at teamwork and in collaborating with others, um, people who can understand data. So again, if you don't have a basic understanding of numbers, I mean, it might not um, impress your interviewer, because always remember, in your jobs, in any kind of business, they look for people who understand numbers, who understand where the revenue is coming from, who understand, okay, are we in profit? Are we in loss? So to get a basic understanding of business, you need to have a hold on the numbers. Again, over to you, Vismit, if you want to add anything onto this. In fact, you can talk about, do grades matter and how much grades matter?
Yeah. Coming to the point of, what are the skills that you should probably have in addition to, what Srishti mentioned. Uh, Again, just kind of emphasizing this again that, you should know how to, present yourself, uh, not just to, your leadership, but also your peers and your team, that kind of look up to you. Uh, so all of that, in addition to all of this, I think, also uh, managing how to, showcase and represent numbers, how to communicate. Again, I'm just emphasizing, Srishti, whatever you mentioned. But also, in addition to all of this, managing a team. I think leadership skills really matter, and that's something that, an MBA or a PGDM program kind of teaches you on how, uh, you can manage a team better, how you can manage people better. So you get that skill set of relationship building with others, uh, of managing people, of managing tasks, of different management pointers overall. But yeah, whatever what you mentioned, Srishti, towards the end, in terms of the grades, I think personally for me, and this is just a personal story that I would like to tell, that I think grades don't really matter a lot, because at the end of the day, how you persevere and how you move through things, how smart you are, um, in terms of representing yourself, in terms of showcasing your skill set, how vocal you are about it. That's what matters more. Especially in today's day and age. I think earlier it was more about grades, getting higher percentages, and so on and so forth. But now it's kind of the opposite. And I think at BSM also, that's something that we're doing, that we don't just want to focus on grades that students are getting, in their 10th or 12th or undergrad, levels, but we also want to give students that emphasis that, okay, if you have extracurricular activities, if you've done more extracurricular activities, if you've participated, if you've done internships somewhere, that's definitely a plus point for you. And it's not just at BSM, but I think in general at any master level program that you go for, that's something that organizations also look for, and also institutes.
Yes, absolutely. So when you're looking for an institution, Arnav and Mandita and Mehek, um, look for a place, look for an institute that's offering you a lot of experiential learning, or opportunities to work with a team, or opportunities to work on your leadership skills, um, where the teacher is not just teaching, but you are also getting the chance to solve problems. There should be projects with companies so that you can learn while you're so that you can learn some workplace skills while you're doing your PGDM. So that's one tip as you think through your what course you want to do and what institute you want to do it from. Any question around faculty? One tip would also be when you are thinking through which institute you should choose, please look at the faculty. That would be one strong recommendation for us. So people who are coming in to teach, they should have a degree from a reputed university and college. They should have good experience teaching that particular course. And it would also be very interesting if they have worked for, let's say, 10, 15 years, right? They have industry experience. If they're the vice president of some company, for example, the Colgate, or a vice president of an IT firm and company, if they're coming in and to teach you, then you can actually understand what it takes to excel in that particular domain. So always look out for faculty when you're choosing an institute. That's one way how, in fact, we have looked at faculty at BSM. We have a lot of visiting faculty, people who have been in the industry for long. So, for example, right off this slide, I can tell you, if you look at Ramesh Loganathan on your right, he has been the former innovation officer at Telangana. He is currently the professor of co-innovation at IIIT Hyderabad. We have Jaydeep Anand, who's the dean and professor of strategy at Ohio University, Ohio State University in the US, and also has a PhD from Wharton, which is one of the best B schools in the world. Ankur Kulshrestha, with who conducted the faculty masterclass, and I remember, I think some of Lithika was here. She joined that masterclass. He taught, so he has great industry experience. Shrikant Shastri is the co-founder of Crayon Data, which is again an IT company. We have Shekha Alia. She is a senior data scientist at Oracle currently. She will be coming in to teach marketing research at BSM. So lots to offer here. Again, we would say look at the faculty while making a decision. Any other questions? Arnav, Manvita, anything you want to ask us about BSM, about the campus? In fact, I'll take you through the campus live slide here. So you can see some pictures of BSM. We want it to be a campus where students get to mingle around. There are lots of open spaces. There's lots of greenery for you, not just to come and study, but also to spend time with your peers, to talk about your projects. It's not just PGDM and post-graduation is not just about studying. It's not just about the lecture hall or the classroom. There is a meditation center at BSM where you can just go have peace, have a peaceful time. Um, there are open learning spaces at BSM as well. It's a 14-acre campus, so lots of space for you to move around. It's not a building. I mean, I'm not a, personally, I'm not a fan of studying in buildings. Wherever there's space, it's always good for good synergies and conversations to build and happen between students. Coming to placements for BSM, currently we have the Badruka Educational Society has partnership with a lot of companies that you see here. So we have people from Amazon. Amazon has come in and recruited from BSM. We have the likes of Infosys. Um, we have Berger Paints. We have Wells Fargo. Again, finance companies. We have Franklin Templeton Investments. Um, we do have our auditing, the big fours and the consulting companies. We do have EY, Genpact, Deloitte. So there's there's HDB, in fact. So lots of diversity in the kind of companies that come in that have previously recruited from the Badruka colleges, and BSM will also get partnerships with these companies. So any questions you have around placements? You can let us know. And I know that you are in your second year, but just for you all to know, at BSM, there is applications have started. The round one of admissions is currently going on. Um, so there is actually you need to fill up an application form. It's pretty simple. There is no fees to apply. So if you have friends or if you have brothers and sisters currently who are looking out for a B school, who are in their third year and about to graduate, please do let them know. We would be happy to answer any questions that they have, or in fact, that you have as well. The application procedure is quite simple. You submit an application, you should have a score from any one of the 6 entrance examinations mentioned here: CAT, GMAT, XAT, CMAT, or MAT. You have to write a statement of purpose. And if you have any work experience, always remember any kind of work experience matters. So please include that in your applications wherever you're applying. And don't worry if you even if you think you don't have a good enough score, just go ahead and apply. Uh, there are literally 4 rounds for admissions in BSM. One is the application phase, second is the interview stage. You get an offer letter and then you get an admissions. Nothing complicated. Again, if you have any questions here, please feel free to type them uh, in the chat box. Okay, we have a question from Manvita. She's asking for some tips which will be beneficial at the time of interview or to learn any skills. A very relevant question, Manvita. So, for an interview, you should be confident of your own story, right? Why do you want to do a post graduation, right? So, for example, if you're applying for BSM, hypothetically speaking, you should know why do you want to join BSM. You should know how an MBA degree or a PGDM degree might help you. You should have some idea of what you want to do after, right? Whether you want to get into a strategy role, whether you want to go into consulting, whether you want to specialize in marketing. It's also okay to not know, I would say, but make sense of your own story, right? How how would an MBA help you um, becoming a better person, right? In that sense. So if you feel like you want to learn some leadership skills, that's a great reason to join an MBA program. So you don't need to have 100% answers ready, but just get your story in place of why you want to go ahead with an MBA program. So that's number one. Um, Number two is just brush up on your current affairs, on what's happening in business, on what's the latest that's happening in business or in the world also for that matter. Remember, politics, if you attended the session with Professor Ankur Kulshrestha, you'll know that politics and business go hand in hand. So know about what's happening in the political scenario of your country, of the world, how that can impact businesses, brush up on your current affair skills, also understand in the modern day business landscape what is selling, right? So a lot of data. There's a lot is happening in the AI world. There's lots of investment coming in for AI related projects for companies. So you should sort of know what's working and what's in demand in the business world. So that is number two. I think that's about it. That's about it. You should, if you would be in a good place to present yourself in a very good way if you start preparing on these two things. One is your own story. What did you do previously? What did you study in your undergraduation? What are the skills that you learned? And what are the skills that you want to learn? Just answer these questions for yourself. What do you want to do post your post graduation or an MBA or whatever you want to do, right? Have a loose understanding of that, and brush up on your current affairs skills and what's happening in the business world as of today. These are the broad tips. Again, Ms. Smith, please add
Yeah.
and pitch in.
So just to add, on Srishti, what you just mentioned, Manuta, I think from an interview point of view, I would also recommend, and it is just a very, very known slogan that says that, jack of all trade, but the master of one, right? So you should probably, have some grasp on different skills. Like for example, if say you're in a strategy role, so you should know how to manage a team, you should know how to report, how you should know how to strategize, you should know, all kinds of different skill sets that kind of will help you build up to it. But also, in addition to all of that, you should be the master of, a couple of things specifically, so that if anyone from your group or your peer group, they kind of look up to you when it comes to that particular skill set. uh, that's what makes you, the most valuable player in that particular skill. And then also having, the other skill sets, all the other uh, small pointers which kind of help you build your foundation, and help you be a good professional overall, I think.
Thanks for that, Ms. Smith. Hope that was helpful, Manvita. Again, if any other questions, please just put those in the chat box. Great. Okay, Arnav, if you have any questions, happy to hear from you as well. Um, just wanted to share very quickly, in case as you're thinking, um, the kind of scholarships that are on offer for BSM. We have a range of scholarships. We have some full tuition fee waivers for excellent students who come in with merit. We have part tuition fee waivers, 50% tuition fee waivers for someone whose annual family income is less than 15 lakhs. So we have merit and means-based scholarship. We also do have an AICT tuition fee waiver because we are an AICT recognized institution. 100% tuition fee waiver for students whose annual family income is less than 8 lakhs. We have a diversity scholarship as well. So if we have some exceptional candidates who are either women, who identify as non-binary, uh, and other such categories, we do have scholarships for everyone. So that was on a little bit on scholarships. If you have any questions on that, please feel free to put those in the chat box also. And if you have any expectations from the program, any questions around BSM specifically, do let us know. because we've reached towards the end of the webinar, but we'll stick around if you have any more questions. And applications are open. The round one deadline is on 5th of Feb. And here are the details for BSM on your screen. And thank you, Vismit, for sharing the website link of the Badruka School of Management. I would encourage you to go on our website and see what appeals to you. You can go through the program page and go through the list of courses that are there. You can explore our faculty page. There are some pictures of the campus as well. If you'd like to visit the campus, we can schedule a visit February onwards. Happy to show you around. Okay. Again, just waiting for a couple of more minutes. If you have any more questions, we're happy to answer. Yeah, Ms. Smith has also shared the admissions, the application page. If you know anyone who would be interested, they can click on the link. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. That'll be all. We will take your leave now. Thank you, Vismit. Thank you, Manvita. Thank you,
Thank
Arnav.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Litika.
Manuta.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.